G'day, I'm Hugh Bowman from ActionCOACH. So today I want to share with you the investments that I love for tradies, because I work with all my guys often on this sort of stuff. And unless you're an expert and spent a lot of time studying shares and the like, this is a good place to start. So not surprisingly, we're going to start a big one here, property. Now the reality is you've probably been working on property for a long time, so you know a lot about it. And with the shortage on housing, it's bound to be a great place to start for a long time. Now the other big one is the banks like you, and if you're a little bit cheeky, you might be able to slip a fair bit of the maintenance through on your business too. So next one, machinery. Now this is presuming that you're already hiring machinery in your business, and yet you're hiring it instead of owning it yourself. And so a lot of guys say, oh, should I buy, should I hire? I go, mate, if you've got it in business and you can charge out your equipment or machinery like an excavator, you should be earning something like 20% return on that money. So it's a good investment, absolutely. So next one, here we are, super. So investing in super is a good thing because nowhere near enough people have super that's enough in my book or even in their own book, so when they retire they can live really comfortably. So putting your money, and I'm talking like a super fund, like Australian Super or one of the big ones, pretty stable, pretty good returns. Last one, and this is the dubious one, now I'm talking about shares again. So if you're investing directly in shares, it requires a fair bit of knowledge, but you can do something like invest in things like ETFs and things that are pretty low risk, and so that's pretty safe if you're not well educated in shares just yet. And just to give you a flavour of how and the returns on these, because that does start to become important. So, and this is the slight downside of property, because the return from property is like 3 to 5%. So it's not that high. So it does suck a fair bit of your cash, and it does stop you from investing elsewhere. But machinery, assuming it's in your business and you have a genuine requirement for it, that's a good 20% return. So, that's why it's up there. Super, now this is, or you put it into a fund and let someone else manage it, and this is in the sort of the 8 to 10s, especially if you choose a growth option usually. And shares and ETFs, and that's a little bit similar. So that's in the, it can be variable, but if you get someone an ETF, 8 to 10% over the long term, pretty real too. So I hope that helps you out. But the other part of my business is that I actually help people make sure they've got the money to invest into these things. And if that's where you're at, or you want to speed that up, reach out and get in touch. Look forward to hearing from you.